Welcome, colleagues. George Sloan from Myford University. This is going to be a series of videos I'm going to do talking about YouTubers and influencers that I like. And in this particular case, I'm going to be talking about regular people economics. This playlist that I'm going to curate with these videos will effectively give you, a real world, regular person in the street, so to speak, economics perspective. Granted, you can go and get knowledge and information from elites, quote unquote, many of them self-described, but I prefer looking at things from a number of different perspectives and doing sort of a 360 view in terms of getting my ideas and information. This is not necessarily for confirmation bias, but it helps to get varied perspectives. And I try to even think of them geographically to get an idea that not just what's in my local echo chamber, if you will. So I hope you enjoy these videos, and we're going to do a series of them, and then again there'll be a curated playlist with samples of some of the videos that I watch on YouTube from these creators. With that, we'll get to it. Welcome, George Sloan. We're going to do the next one in our regular people economics curated playlist. I'm going to highlight Zac Rios. I hope I'm saying that right. Of Zac Rios channel and Zac 2.0. He has two YouTube channels. He's another great resource for common sense and common person economics. The perspective that he shares kind of ties in and ties back to the last one I did, which was Nicole of According to Nicole, and Jack Morgan, as well as even Michael Bordenero to some extent. He again explores a lot of the cultural and societal issues and economic perspectives. Um, Specifically, I really enjoy some of his stuff on the shifts in employment, customer service, affordability, and the consumerism and some of the mistakes that people are being sucked into, and really gives a kind of nice deep dive into it. Again, I think you'll find that he's very relatable. Another guy that you might sit across in a bar and have a beer with. He's based out of the Carolinas. I think it's North Carolina, but he used to hail from New Jersey. So he's got two perspectives, a kind of a Northeastern and kind of a, mid-Atlantic to Southern state perspective now. One of the things I really like about him is, again, he comes across as a regular guy and just highlights the absurdity and stresses of modern economic life. Zac is very, clear and concise, much like According to Nicole, gives a nice thesis, backs it up with some nice evidence. And I really prefer the fact that, he's got these sort of no nonsense looks. He does shake his head quite a bit. He can't believe that, people have fallen for certain things and that certain things are happening. But again, very entertaining in the way he does it. He too looks at enshittification, consumerism, failing customer service, and the general lack of care from big corporate. With a little bit of emphasis, I've noticed quite a bit on the the changes in the job market with him as well. Also does stuff on the cars and the auto financing. And it's just shocking what he exposes, much like the others that are going to be in this collection. Highly recommend him. I'm going to put some sample videos, and I will also, like all the others, I will include the channel name so that you can get to him and the work of others if you're interested. We'll continue on. We'll see you in the next one. I've got another one coming up. All right, so you've gone through some of the profiles and the collection of regular people economics that I put into a particular playlist. Just want to sort of close this idea out. And I'll probably be adding more. In fact, I'm inviting some of you all of you, to give me some names of other individuals that I might want to check out. Again, I believe in having an open mind, being fully objective. I don't have to agree with everybody. There's some people that I talk about and will talk about on this channel, have in the past and will in the future, where I am diametrically opposed to a lot of their ideas and opinions. However, there's enough common ground and there's enough insight to be gained from certain aspects of these individuals. Let me give you a quick example of that. I'm going to be doing more on presentational speaking, and I'm going to put some presentational speakers in that I admire for their ability to speak in solid terms, and I like their delivery, I like their approach, their technique. I may not agree with what they're saying, and you might not agree, but you have to give credit where credit is due, and you've got to say, hey, there's something to be learned from this person. Maybe you don't like their content, but the form, the what they're delivering, the way they deliver, that might be of benefit, and it's worth recommending. And I feel the same way about this. That's why, again, I don't agree with 100% of everything these folks in this collection say, but I think there's enough value to be gleaned and gained from them on certain areas, because again, you have to find areas of common ground even if you don't fully agree with 100% of what they have to say. So when you go through this playlist and other content material on my channel, please bear this in mind. Always remember, there's a lot to be gained by having that open mind and objectivity, and you don't have to listen and absorb everything they say. We don't believe in echo chambers. I like differing opinions, different approaches, and I try to learn something from everybody, even if 80% of what they say I don't agree with, and I get something from the 20%. Again, I think that a lot of you should, if you agree with that, that's great. If you don't agree with that currently, I think you should reassess and reevaluate. So please, I'm asking, if you have ideas of folks that might fit into this playlist, please leave it in the comments. I'll be glad to look into them, glad to give them a profile, and glad to put them in here. With that, I want to thank you. Appreciate your viewership as always. Please subscribe. We have the Myford University channel, which is what you're on. We have the MBA Accelerator channel for more things MBA oriented. And then give us a like and a share. Do not keep us a secret. I'm George Sloan. I want to thank you. And remember, we believe in learning it fast and applying it faster. We'll see you the next time.